He's got them at a crawl. He's on the power. We're green down in turn number 1, and they're all going to flurry to the inside lane as they go to the first corner. Massimino gets the jump. Brandon Carr side by side, beating tires there with Diego Cantecha, and Cantecha hangs on to second. Carr to third. Laurent Legault to fourth. Great start for Arias Duke-Medjin. He's up to fifth, and Ellie Goldstein slots to sixth as they're still flurrying side by side out of turn number 4.
Good clean start by Paulie Massimino, but I was impressed by Cantecha from the outside. Hung on, found his spot, and still was able to keep in that second spot, not lose any ground, but a little bit of a gap, about 3 kart lengths for Massimino as they enter this first lap and try to get things sorted out. But it looks like a clean start, Xander. I don't see anybody off track. So we've got everybody able to run their speed.
Oh, Ellie Goldstein and everybody there getting tangled up, and Ingrata got the worst of it there as they all get back going. That started with Laurent Legault trying to slam the door on Arias Duke-Medjin, and it bottlenecked in front of the entire field. Goldstein, the big loser, but Laurent Legault, he had a big mistake in turn number 8. Here they go to turn number 4. Finally, Duke-Medjin gets by, and he's going to make sure that he holds him to the outside and he doesn't go back on him over to turn number 5. I'm sure he was probably a little frustrated, being like, man, you closing the door on me cost us 2 seconds. But in Laurent's case, he's like, well, you shouldn't have tried to pass.
Still got 25 laps to go. A lot can happen between now and then. Through the top 10, Paulie Massimino, Diego Cantecha, Brandon Carr, Ellie Goldstein, and Lauren Legault. Hayden Jones, Arias Duke-Medjin, Zachary DeMello, Aiden Ingrata, and Ryan Norberg. That's your top 10. Norberg still in 10th.
And it's changed a whole lot there while you were going through. The entire 5th through 10th were shuffling. Norberg got by Hayden Jones, and Jones is getting shuffled way back. And now Laurent Legault is falling behind ZCD. Norberg on the charge with Donovan Bonilla following, and so is Aiden Ingrata as he gets by Tyler McIntyre. So many drivers in this X30 Pro class can all match each other stride for lap times, as we see DeMello go to 4th, and now Norberg go through to 5th. Norberg, one of the only ones right now really quick. Ingrata not looking as good. Mateus Morgado looks a little bit better.
He's quick, he's got the speed, and probably will continue to move, and it wouldn't surprise me if he did try to make the pass, because that gap between 3rd to 4th is now 3.5 seconds.
Here comes Donovan Bonilla. He follows Laurent Legault forward. Arias Duke-Medjin going to stuff Bonilla back on the inside. Gets by on the 380 machine, so Duke-Medjin trying to play catch up after losing a couple spots. Legault gets himself back up to 6th. And big contact in the back. Jacob Kolar getting collected with one other driver, one of the PK Sports Sodis. And the other one was the 326 of Grace Hemmard. So Grace Hemmard out over in turn 8. More battling here. Duke-Medjin versus Ingrata versus Morgado. Morgado, nice move there in turn number 5 as he climbs the curbing. And Mateus Morgado was purple last time by in that PSL Karting Factory Bureau Lard. He's got himself up to 9th as Norberg's gone around. Zachary claiming DeMello for 4th. DeMello's going to go back on him here as they go down the back straightaway.
And that just slows them down. Again, they both want to get up there and chase down those leaders, but I think the more they race, the slower it's going to get.
Ryan Norberg in 6th. Arias Duke-Medjin starting to roll there in 7th. And again, Mateus Morgado right there looking inside on Duke-Medjin. He'll get through for P7.
Diego Cantecha leads the way. It is.
Oh, man. Mateus Morgado. Hello in turn number 8. What a dive there on Ryan Norberg. He caught him by surprise, and myself as well. P6 for Mateus Morgado.
Advancing 8 spots up to 6, started 14th. And Alessandro DiTullio started 22nd. He's up to 14th. He's advanced 8 spots.
Back behind the camera right there. Ellie Goldstein was really roughing up Arias Duke-Medjin in turn number 6. Turn number 5, jumped over the curbing, and Duke-Medjin somehow held on strong. That looked like that was about to go hit the wall there, Randy. Sorry for the interruption.
No worries, but it's really time's running out on this second group. Nice little crossover move there, but time's running out on this second group to catch that lead group. Now it's over 4 seconds again, and we're looking at about 18 laps to go.
And the bad news is they're still 4.5 seconds away from the lead. Norberg is going to go by him in turn number 4 and get through. Now Morgado going to look to do the same. And DeMello all over Norberg. Moves him a little bit up the racetrack through turn number 5, but Norberg holds it well. And down the backstretch, Morgado checks the gap behind, says, all right, go forward, then passes. Or I think that was actually probably signaling to Arias Duke-Medjin to let him know that he was going to go for it. Diego Cantecha, Brandon Carr, Paulie Massimino continue to lead up front with not much changes as Duke-Medjin runs DeMello a little bit wide as he goes by, and Aiden Ingrata picks up both of them. If they see that halfway signal, then they'll know they're already past, 12 to 20 in. And Massimino, big mistake. He let Brandon Carr go by, so he must add a bobble in turn 8. Is Morgado going to go this time? He's close. He's looking. He will. Ingrata. Ooh, hip checking on the 7-time champ. And now Duke Medjin is going to stuff Norberg. Ingrata goes. DeMello goes. And here comes Ellie Goldstein. And just like that, Ryan Norberg falls back to 10th.
By passing back and forth, they're really battling right now for 4th spot because, we're looking at it was just under 5 seconds the last lap, but now it's going to probably climb again.
Oh, Ellie Goldstein, that was a little bit dirty there. Going problems for Luis Calamodio. The 346 is out, and Norberg kind of gave it back to Goldstein, and now Tyler McIntyre has got himself back into the mix. So if we take a look up towards the leaders in a moment, for now, we'll keep an eye on this midfield fight. Norberg going by on T-Mac, but they've caught him. They've already ran down Diego Contecha in the States with a win at the SCUSA Winter Series. And Brandon Carr is going to take that RPM Tony Kart to the front. He goes by on Contecha. Contecha is going to answer quickly. Massimino not sure where to go. They're nearly 3 wide for the lead. He'll kind of tuck back in line and ride, and Brandon Carr trying to go at it. These two drivers here really giving it to each other. And look at all the marbles off the racetrack as well, Randy. I mean, they are basically just a half car width off the line, and you're going to be sliding for the next half lap to a lap. 10 to go, and DeMello has been put out into the wall. Zachary claiming DeMello, and that International Motorsport Factory Lenzo kart has been knocked off the racetrack, and he's done.
You never know. That's possible. We got a pass for the lead, it looks like.
Paulie Massimino going by on Brandon Carr in that black and white and red Speed Concepts Racing red speed.
That second group, led by Arias Duke Medjin, is catching up to Contecha. They're only about maybe 2.5 seconds
Randy.
back.
He just blew that corner in turn number 9.
It'll be 8 laps to go next time by in this 20. It's actually 7 laps to go next time by in this 26 lapper. Side by side, Massimino makes the pass, or does he? No, he can't quite do it.
Yeah, he does.
He does make the pass. You got to be careful on that outside lane. Over and under now, and looks like Carr back around Massimino, and Massimino bounces back.
Yeah, lots of crossovers from the leaders, but now Diego Contecha is trying to get into the mix. He'll push Brandon Carr back, and this is the golden opportunity Paulie Massimino needed.
Try not to make a mistake. They made a few, but not a lot. And now it looks like Morgado slips inside of Duke Medjin.
Duke Medjin on Contecha.
Contecha, I'm sorry. Oh, and Contecha, so now Duke Medjin up to 3rd.
Duke Medjin up to 3rd. Arias, problems for Diego Contecha. He's blown a chain. Diego Contecha was in contention for a podium and for what appears to be the 3rd main event in a row, a DNF. Look at Brandon Carr's front bumper. I think Brandon Carr might have a pushback penalty. I don't know for sure, but the 315 goes low and dive bombs the leader. And Massimino's back to 3rd, back to 4th. Carr was close enough the last few laps, and he takes over the lead. Brandon Carr to the point. Arias Duke Medjin to 2nd. Mateus Morgado to 3rd. This race has come completely unglued. Here coming to C2 to go. Here comes Duke Medjin. Contact. He's through. And here comes Morgado as well for 2nd. Brandon Carr is falling apart now. He is trying to block here. And Mateus Morgado is oh my gosh, man. Brandon Carr nearly just clipped the rear end of Arias Duke Medjin. But what a slingshot crossover he just did on Mateus Morgado to get back to the lead. He knows Massimino's coming. Ingrata's right there. Brandon Carr's given up on trying to race for the win. He's just trying to hold on to 3rd and hang on for dear life at this point. It's going to make it a 2-horse race. Here comes Ryan Norberg into the mix. Massimino up and over the curbing. Carr blocks. Ingrata's going to stuff him. Here comes Norberg getting into it. Norberg closes him off. Massimino hangs on for Norberg, white flag in the air, and Brandon Carr continues to low-line it if he can hang on. He's just trying to hang on for dear life to get himself a podium, blocking like crazy. Meanwhile, Mateus Morgado has already got a couple big wins this year. He's got himself up to 2nd as Massimino's trying to hold off Norberg. Ingrata gets by Brandon Carr for 3rd. That's the fight for the podium as they go towards the sweeper. Side by side down to turn 9 here for 3rd. Final time through. Ingrata blocking on Carr. Norberg might sneak a podium. We'll see it. But up front, Arias Duke Medjin, 2 years out of the seat, will round the final corner. And the DAP kart will win the main event here in X30 in Orlando. And Norberg steals the podium. Norberg gets it done on Ingrata and Brandon Carr. And can you believe it? Ryan Norberg, just when you count him out,